Hello, welcome to the Tuesday show today. I just thought I'd come back on another podcast. I've been away for a while there. As you know, I try to make podcasts so frequently, but I just was away for a couple of days, and I was just gonna look at now the regular thing. I wanted to look at the Road to Tree tonight. It was on there earlier on. It just says on this, Louis Walters proposes RTE reality TV show to find Ryan Tubridy's replacement. He's coming up with ideas as usual, stupid ideas, and I don't know. I don't know what to make out of that. So if I was given a thing, and then it just says Rose of Tralee one sees Harp playing Irish Heritage and Handcuffs. That's that, and then Rose of Tralee Night one sees Harp playing an Irish Heritage. Well, I did look at the presenters there, but I just thought it was a waste of time, really. I thought one presenter would be able to do the job. You don't need two presenters to do that. That's my honest opinion, and I think whoever came up with that idea, they're wasting their time there. That's what I think. It may get good ratings, but it's really wasted. That's the way I look at that. I don't think it's any. That won't work out. And then on the RTE website, Cork Ironman wasn't sanctioned. Triton Ireland says the organisers of a Triton in County which two competitive died were told by the national government by triathletes that the event could not be sanctioned following a water safety assessment. Triton Ireland has said so. What the announcement was on that. Biden arrives in Hawaii. I was looking at that earlier on. Joe Biden has arrived in Maui nearly 2 weeks after wildfires swept through the Hawaiian island and killed at least 114 people for a brief visit, where he will console victims and consult with local authorities. Mr. Biden's late morning local time and headed straight for a helicopter tour of burnt out areas with First Lady Jill Biden. So that was that, and that was a terrible thing. As I was saying there, uh, it's it's out of control, as I was saying there, due to global warming, everything, and it's a terrible story. So, and then I just go to the sports. The latest on the sports is Donegal confirmed return of Jim McGuinness. That's the latest thing. As I was saying there, Jim McGuinness made a sensational return to Inter-County job. His reappointment, meeting with Colin McFadden, Neil McGee, and Luke Barrett named as part of his backroom team. So I was saying when he was there before, he worked wonders, Jim McGuinness. So I wish him the best of luck there. It's going to be a tough job, I was saying, to get the players and all together. All Rugby World Cup games free to air on RTE and Virgin, as I was saying there. There's a lot of matches there, and it's coming up soon, very soon. And then I was just going to go through the soccer. Man United confirmed Greenwood to leave club. That's the latest on that. And Mason Greenwood has mutually agreed for the forward to recommence his career away from the club. So that there, and then I was going to just look at the league of the main league there, the league in England. I was going to look at that, the Premier League. There was uh, results there tonight. The main match there that was played was Arsenal 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Now, a score is Martin Odegaard scored. That was that, and then I'm not sure the ratings there. The stats, if I was going to the stats, it just says 38, 62% possession for Arsenal. So on shots on target, Arsenal has 7, Crystal Palace have 5. So that was the stats on that. So I'm not sure how the lineups were. Just the usual there, the usual players there to play. So and then if I was to go through the main the matches yesterday, then It was West Ham 3, Chelsea 1, and that was that score. And then Aston Villa 4, Everton nil. That's that match. And then the fixtures then coming up. I was just going to go through them quick. Chelsea are playing on Friday, Luton Town. AFC and Bournemouth playing Tottenham Hotspur. That's on Saturday. Everton and Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's on Saturday as well. And Man United and Nottingham Forest. That's on at 3 o'clock. And Arsenal and Fulham. And then Brighton Hove Albion versus West Ham, and that's on as well. So the tables then. Man United lost the match there. Tottenham Hotspur, I see. Brighton Hove Albion are leading there with 6, and Manchester City are second. So that's the standings there. Arsenal's third with 6, and it's kind of decided on goal difference there if you look at the table. And then the bottom two, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil, Everton nil. So they're the two that are bottom of the team. So and then the league, the Irish league. I was just gonna go through that. There was a match played there on Sunday. Derry City 3, Drogheda United nil, and Cork City. That was another match played on Friday. Cork City 1, UCD 1, and then the tables. Shamrock Rovers are out in front with 51 points. St Patrick's Athletic 47, Derry City 46, and Bohemian Football Club 46. And then the relegation zone, Cork City 24 points. UCD had 10, so UCD are bottom there. So, and then the first division, you know who's leading in that table. The results is Longford Town, that was Saturday's match, 2, Longford Town 2, Athlone Town 3, and then Finhaps on Friday, Finhaps nil, Treaty United 1, Wexford 3, Kerry Football Club 2, and then Cove Ramblers 3, Bray Wonders 3, and Waterford Football Club 2, Galway United 2. And then the tables then, I was saying Galway out in front with 70 points, Waterford then 54, Cove Ramblers 42, Athlone Town 40, Wexford Football Club 35, and Bray Wonders 32. So Bray Wonders are 6th on that. And then Longford Town are 7th, Treaty United 8, Finhaps 9, and Kerry Football Club 10. So that's the table then, and that doesn't lie, I was saying. I don't know. I think it's the first. There's playoffs in that league, so it'd be interesting to see who finishes. As I was saying there, it'd be interesting to see who finishes the bottom team. I was just going to go through. I didn't go through any of the Bray People news there the other day. Just the main stories there. This is August the 16th. It just says County Wicklow has fourth fewest garden per head in Ireland. Concerns have been raised about the falling members of Garda in Wicklow, as the latest figures show the country has the fourth fewest Garda per head in the state. That is worrying, isn't it? So, and then refuge accused of stabbing after row. This story is the front page there. A refugee accused of stabbing a fellow asylum seeker followed a row at the Direct Provision Centre in Bray, has been held on 2000 bail. Former of Bray Manor, Bray appeared before Judge Cardinal Lydon. The bail hearing was told that two male had a verbal dispute onto Mead Road. So that's the terrible thing there on the front page. That's on the front page. And then Greystone Woods boosted by 16.9, 12 funders. Alleged stabbing outside direct provision, as I'm saying, that was on the front page. And then fundraiser for Wicklow Mothers cancer treatment raises 53,000 in 4 days. That's quite good there. People raise money, as I say, it's good. Wicklow has fourth fewest Garda, and that's the same story as I was saying there before. Enda Kelly to sing 40 songs in 2 hours to raise funds for Vital Wicklow Hospice. That is great work there when you see people raising money, I was saying, but you got a story. And then credit unions must become competitive in mortgage market. Says Simon Harris there. That's by Miles Duke. Buchanan, that article. And rents in county up 8.4 since last year. I see the rents are going up in huge figures. It's no control really over it. And I see she gave strength in so many Magdalene women. So this article the tributes to the late Sinead O'Connor. And then it says Sinead O'Connor's final resting place. It was in Dean's Grange. I saw that. It looks nice, the flowers and all on it. And then thousands have used new Bray e-bikes since June. I see that was the new system that they came up with the bikes. I see people using them all right in Bray. Seems to be a very good idea since people are using them, and I think you get an app or something on it. That's how you control it. So, and Sea Challenge supports Childline. That's another story there. That's on page 12. And then then there's an article then on about author Judith Cuff shares how she was coped how she coped with life after the death of her father and brother within 2 months of each other. How I managed all the fuss after losing two family members so cruelty, double heartbreaking. So that's the story there, and that's a terrible story there. And then they're just out and about the usual pictures there. And then there's an article then about the National Heritage Week, about the different things there. You can go through that about the different things that's on in the area. So, and then I am on a road that Sinead O'Connor paved at great cost. This is an article there about Hosier, the day after the death of one of his idols. A tearful Hosier tells Barry Hegan about the last 10 years, the legacy Sinead left behind, and why he wouldn't mess with a fairy for. So that's what he said. I heard him on the Brendan O'Connor show. He gave a great interview there, and good to listen to stories like that. Make you think. And then it shows you Neve Kavanagh there singing in a nursing home. That's good as well. Inside Business, the latest on Wicklow McDonald's employee wins trip to FIFA Women's World Cup, and home instead to host tire events for Wicklow caregivers. Ratno, new stroke survivor given 1% chance of survival confronts medicals. They're the old me and the new me, and I've just have to accept that. That's Kevin Moore from Ratno, who suffered a stroke in 2020 in the exercise room at the Open Day Centre for adults with disabilities. And Bray Company Data Edge helps optimize BT Ireland performance management, I see. So that's the main story. And then Regatta Joy for Greystone Club. That's another article there. This paper, as I'm saying, has changed a bit there. It's more about the vets there, vets or surgery, as well as medical doctors. Vets are called veterinary surgeons for good reasons. They do operation, I'm saying, on dogs, and that's what the article there is about with Pete Wedderburn there, animal doctor. Wasps coming indoor is a sure sign of autumn. A common wasp walked resting on a hazel leaf. Different species of wasps are told apart from their patterns of markings. So, on 10 top films there, The Elephant Man, that's on a Monday, I see, 1980, BBC Two. And then Con Air. So these films are all old there, as I say. This week in 1988, The Only Way Is Up, Yaz and the Plastic Population. I remember that song there, growing up there. And then the second one that was The Flight of the Elves, Paddy Riley. Across the Grove, The Only Way Was Up with Yaz. And it shows you a picture there of a. So I don't have any music there. It's pity I can't play a bit of music. Don't have any music there of Yaz. And then there's an article there about an apple pie. It just says a homemade apple pie. Donald's Mary Manley told reporter David Market why she is embarking on a 5-day pilgrimage along Camana de Santiago from France into Spain. She also shares how she swapped the city to make a life for her family in West Wicklow. So there's a nice picture there, and that's the article there. I've always wanted to do the Camino, but never before had courage. I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to it. I'd love to do that as well myself. It's looks great. You can go to places, walks, and it's quite a long walk actually. If you were to look into that, and then more about down the years, just memories there of the area. 2014, council slammed for closing popular walks. And then Edward entertains with ice buns he's making this week. And that's the main thing. And then Kilmechanic Diary there. GA just says about GA News. Pictures there of the area. And then if I was then I'd love to look at the car there. There's no other thing as I'm saying there. The car then is the Touareg, turns night into day. Ultravision is the latest upgraded Touareg. It just says the innovative cockpit features the latest hardware and software, including lane level navigation and high resolution map data. Discover Premium Intern System. The two displays form a continuous digital landscape on one viewing and operation. He gives the car basically a good review there, and that's the man there that gives the car's review, David Tucker there. And Lotus names commercial director. It's the latest there on the commercial Lotus thing. And then the sports then, it's the main issue here. It just gives you late stunner salvation, a share of spoils for Bray. It just says 3-all, I'd say. And Enryan relishing 3 hit against Dundalk, and they didn't win that. I've 1-0 there. That match was. So that was that score. And then there was under 14s playing there, under 15s, the Dermot Early Cup final. They had hard luck in that match. It was Limerick 10 points, Wicklow 1-6, so it's not bad. It's development, I'd say. And Wicklow's seems to be making good setups there. The setup is good in Wicklow. The minor grades, the under 14s. I think they done well in under 14s as well. Roscommon or something. So the setup isn't bad. And then, as I was saying there, the senior, it gives a good write up of the matches. The junior now, I'm not going to go through that. Through the senior matches, and the intermediate as well. There's quite a lot of stuff there in Wicklow. It just says the Bolton Glass 11. These are last week's matches. Euro Oak 11, so that was that match. And then Ratnew 210, Dunlavin 7. So the group is well placed there. And then Ray lost that match, but they bounced back this week. I see they won they won fairly good against Avondale. So the table, I think Bray are fourth now at the moment in that group. I'll go through it there next week and this week's Bray People. I'm a bit behind, so. And then it says more about McConville and O'Brien to remain at the helm. Wicklow Football and Hurley buses staying in charge. Washington done a good job last year. We stayed in a division. We went up to Division 3. I was at a couple of matches there, so I'd like to congratulate him there. He done well. And the Tolchin Cup, we'll have to look at the Tolchin Cup this year. The going ahead. Wicklow will be in it again, I'm sure. And the draw hasn't been happened yet, so I'd like to wish Oisin the best of luck there. And I'm not sure what team we'll be picking yet, but and then Casey done a good job with the Nicky Rocket Cup winning it. Congratulate him and the team. So and then it says Keenan praise for all on final performance. That's just then the latest roundup. As I was saying there, the Ratnew and Tinhealy are doing good as well in the senior football championship, as I was saying before. And it's hard to know who's going to make. There's 2 more rounds left in this senior football championship. And now next week the hurling is on, so I'll go through that again. Bray Emmett's top. They've won all their matches so far, so they're top of the grade. So if I was to look at all the other championships all over the place, Fossa I see one, David Clifford's club, and all the other clubs all over the place. So they're well into it now at the moment. So it's hard to know what way it'll go, as I was saying. So that's the end of the Bray People news there this week. And then I was just going to go through more about the Bray People. Fian Sheehan writes an article I'm seeing, tuning out Ryan Tubridy won't save RTE from a water charge style backlash over the licence fee. People are tuning out already. I was saying this earlier on. If Ryan would have taken the thing in the beginning, he wouldn't have been sacked. That's the way I look at that. So to be no sacking, he'd still be in a job. So that's the way I look at that. All of this. I was going on about this 2 or 3 years ago about salaries in RTA, and I don't want to keep on going on about it, but I've been talking about it and I was ignored about it actually. So if you listen back on my podcast, you can listen to what I was saying. All they had to do, just top 10 celebrities there in RTA, take some kind of a pay cut, and instead they took extra money and extra donations, as I was saying, and that's what happened. People are paying license fee for paying huge. Well, maybe they're getting good value on it, as I said, but that's just my honest opinion of the whole situation. So, I was just I didn't want to say much about it. So, and then on the Hogan Sounds, the top story then, and this it just says Clafford, a fan of split season. He says. Death of Tyrone GA historian Joseph Martin, I say. And McCluskey scores 4-8 in Tyrone Tyrone Club. So that's on that. So that's the latest. And Limerick to appoint Jimmy Lee as new football manager. So that's good. So that's the latest then on that. So I don't have any other news as I can think of. Like I said, the Bray People news. I'll be back with another podcast, but I just thought I'd go through that and all the news there that's on this. So there was another stabbing, as saying, in Dublin. It's still getting bad, as I'm saying. My opinion on that is it's terrible there. The guards have to do something about it. The Justice Minister, there's no stopping. People aren't safe, and they don't. I was saying I don't even enjoy going in there and in Dublin. It's not safe anytime, and that's the way I look at that. So it'll have to be cleaned up, and very soon. So that's my honest opinion. So I hope you enjoyed my podcast today. I'll be back on another podcast again, and thanks for listening, and goodbye for